Hello friends, in this lesson I'm going to show you how one can copy a purchase requisition header and line level descriptive flex fields to purchase order header and purchase order line level descriptive flex fields in Oracle Fusion Procurement Cloud. So basically this situation or this scenario can come wherein the requisitioner has entered certain additional information by leveraging the segments of purchase requisition header and purchase requisition line, and all you want to do is you want to show that information to procurement buyer as well. So Oracle has provided a standard solution for this to do it. You can leverage that standard solution so that whatever has been entered at purchase requisition header and line descriptive flex fields gets automatically copied to purchase order header and purchase order line descriptive flex field. So what I have done in the next slide is shown you some setup steps that you must do it. So first thing you have to do is define descriptive flex field for purchase order or purchase requisition header and purchase requisition lines. Make sure at least one context has been defined with one segment within that context. You can as well define a global context, but you must have at least one segment defined, because ultimately the values under the descriptive flex field goes and sits into the segment, and that is the reason you got to have at least one segment defined there associated with one global context. So this you have to do it at both purchase requisition header and purchase requisition line. However, if you simply want to copy purchase requisition header to purchase order header, in such a case don't worry about the PR lines descriptive flex field. You simply define the PR header descriptive flex field, and after you're done with that, you've got to define the PO level descriptive flex fields. Now here the second step is define descriptive flex field for this is a typo. This has to be PR header and PR lines. The context and segment definition must be same as that in PR. Again, this is a typo. Particularly the attribute used under the segments must be same. So basically, if you have used a segment, let's say the segment name is CPR or maybe CA number, something like that, at a PR header level descriptive flex field, then you have to use and then you have attributed, say within that segment you are pointing that segment to attribute 1. So at the PO header level also you have to point the same segment to attribute 1. So basically the segment's attributes must match. That is the step number 1, basic setup. And then next thing is you've got to set up certain profile options, which I'm gonna show you very shortly now. So let's go into the backend. Let's quickly understand this setup one by one. First we'll go into PR or purchase requisition descriptive flex field, then I'm going to take you to purchase order descriptive flex field, and then we'll go on to the system profile options. Okay, so let's go to Fusion Cloud. Alright, so here I am in Oracle Fusion Cloud instance. Now before we proceed further, I'm going to quickly show you the release and version of the instance that I am in. So to see that, you go to about this application. So we are basically in release 13 and version 21D of Oracle Fusion Cloud instance. Alright, so I'm going to close this, and now what I have to do first thing is I will change the offering from here to procurement. That is step 1, and then you come to task and look and type something like descriptive and hit the search button, and you scroll down and look for purchasing. So you see you have self-service procurement, which is what is pointing to purchase requisition level descriptive flex field. So you click on manage requisition descriptive flex field task. Once again you click on this particular task, and this is going to take you to the purchase requisition header, lines and distribution related descriptive flex field. So I'm going to show you the logic with one header level descriptive flex field. but the logic remains the same for line or distributions as well. Okay, so let's go into PR header descriptive flex field, and within that one, you see, you click on this record and take it into enter mode or edit mode, I would say, and then you come over here and you see, you click on manage context to see whether any context has been defined previously or not, and then you hit the search button to search for the context. So no context has been defined as yet, so I'm going to say hit the plus icon to create a new context, and here I'm going to say something like financial information. Okay, so the context code and API information will be generated automatically. Okay, and then you see, what I will do is I will remove the spacing between this context code. Okay, just remember that I have removed it because you have got to make sure the same context code appears at the PO header level descriptive flex field as well. Okay, at this point I'm going to save it, and then I will define a segment, let's say CA number. Okay, and here also I'm going to give CA number. Okay, and then I will come down and choose a data type of character, and I'm going to give some value set, let's say 150 characters value set, which is a standard value set, I believe. Let's search for that. No. So let's search for okay, so I've done a blind search and here I have multiple options, so let's choose 30 characters value set. You have other options as well. Okay, I think 30 characters should be fine. Okay, and you see, by default the table column is attribute 1, but you can always change that. Okay, now I'm going to come down and I will give a display size of, let's say, 15 and display height as 1. Okay, and once I've done that, then I'm going to click on save and close, come out of this. So two things have happened here. One is context got defined, and second is a segment within that context got defined. So context name is financial information. So you know what, just to avoid confusion, because I may forget, we'll copy this context code right here. Okay, and once you have done that, then I'm going to click on save and close once again, and I will come out of this context. Now context, you see, now what we have defined is appearing over here, and then I will come down and hit save and close once again, and you see presently it has not been deployed because we have made the changes. So you click on this record and click on deploy flex field, so this descriptive flex field will be deployed. So this may take a minute or two. You see, now it has been deployed and this status will be green. Okay, now you come out of this. Now the same procedure you have got to follow for your DFF for lines and distributions for different segments. So now I'm going to click on done button, and then I will look for purchase order related descriptive flex field. So I'm going to come here, search task, I'm going to click on once again search this, and then look for purchasing foundation, and I'm going to go into manage purchasing descriptive flex fields task. Okay, and then I will click on this particular hyperlink. And here you click on search button to list down all the descriptive flex field from purchasing module. So you see it is fetching the details. So I'm going to look for PO headers, you see this one. Okay, and then I will open it in edit mode, and you see here you have got a number of attributes already defined. Attribute 1 has been used already, right? So let's do one thing. Let's go into this just for demonstration purposes. It wouldn't allow me to change it, right? So in such a case, what we have to do is let's define a segment over here, and then we'll go and try to change the segment there in requisition descriptive flex field. So here I'm going to define, or maybe we'll define a new context, so that way we'll be able to use a new segment, right? Yeah, I think that would be ideal. So I will come here and I will go into manage context, and then I will search for all the contexts which are there, and then I will click on define a new context, and we'll use a similar name. Let's say financial information. The context code will default from there. And this also has got a spacing between that, or let's do the other way around. Once again I will cancel and come back. Let's select this. You know, all I'm trying to do is replicate the same naming convention as it is there in PR header level descriptive flex field. Okay, and there wasn't any gap here, right? So we'll take the same thing and then we'll save it, and then I'm gonna go, and you can give any name, you can give any name to the segment, but the attribute must be same, mapped to the PR segment attribute. Okay, so here there we have given, say, a number. Here also I can give the same name, but this is optional. You can give any other number if you like, but on the safe side I will give the same details over here, and then I will come down and choose a data type of character, and you see now I will look for attribute 1 if it is available. Oh, unfortunately it is not. Oh, we have to, so we have, let's do one thing. Let's choose attribute 14 just to be on the safe side, and there I'm gonna choose a value set 30 characters, and default we don't have to worry about this, and you give 15 and then 1. Okay, so once you've done that, I'm gonna click on save and close. Save and close once again. Okay, now we have the context. Save and close once again. Save and close again, and then what we have to do is deploy this flex field. So remember, we have given attribute 14, so you click on deploy this flex field, and then once it is deployed, we'll go back to the requisition one and we'll update the attribute there to from attribute 1 to attribute 14, just to make sure the PR header DFF attribute matches the one with PO header DFF attribute. Okay, so this is done. I'm going to come out, hit the done button. Okay, and here is the requisition descriptive flex field. So I'm going to go back in, go into requisition headers, click in edit mode, and we'll go to manage context, search for all the contexts, then we'll open this context in edit mode. There is a segment we have created for CA number. You see, the system isn't allowing us to use that again, so all we have to do now, we have to delete this, right? So I'm going to copy this and we'll delete this and hit the save button. Then you save the changes and you come back, and once again you create the segment, and this time everything is same, but we'll just give the attribute here from 1, instead of 1 we'll give it as attribute 14 if it is available, of course. Okay, there it is available. You choose that. Okay, and once again you choose the value set like this, and you come down and give the display size and display height. Okay, once you're done, you save the changes. So hit save and close, again save and close, save and close, and once again save and close, and then you deploy this flex field right here. So like this, now we are having the same attribute for both PR header and PO header. Okay, so that is step number 1 you have got to do to define your descriptive flex field and to have the same context and same segment with the same attribute. Once you're done with that, then you look for, if there is one, let's try it again. For purchasing, okay, this one, a procurement foundation, manage purchasing profile options. You click on this, and then once again you click on this hyperlink, and hopefully here you should have copying options. Isn't there? Why? Somehow the copy option, okay, profile option, maybe let's, oh, right here you see. So that's the profile option. You've got to look for PO copy requisition header DFF to PO. You click on this. That's exactly what I was looking for. And here you give at a site level, you give the profile option as yes. So copy whatever values in requisition DFF to purchase order header DFF. So this profile option is for the header. You hit the save and close button, and then you come down and look for PO copy requisition line DFF to PO. So this is for copying requisition line related descriptive flex field to purchasing descriptive flex field. So you make that to yes as well, then hit save and close. And lastly, here at the bottom you have PO copy requisition DFF to PO, and you click on this one as well, and here also you make sure it is yes, and then hit the save and close button. So these are all the setups that you have got to do. So next time when you save something at the PO requisition level descriptive flex field, that saved details in the segment that we have created, for example, after you approve the requisition and that requisition is set into a purchase order, then the DFF details will be copied automatically by the system from purchase order header to PO header. Likewise, if you have made the setups for purchase requisition line or purchase requisition distribution line, then those values in PR line DFF or PR distribution line DFF will be copied automatically at the PO line DFF and PO distribution line DFF respectively. Alright, having said that, I think we have done 3 setups here. First we have, just to give a quick recap, first we have done a PR level DFF setups, then we have done the PO level descriptive flex field setup, and we have got to make sure that the attribute used in the segments are same for both PR line and PO line. And then we have gone in purchasing profile options, and we have set the profile option to automatically copy the PR header, PR line and PR distribution details to PO descriptive flex field automatically.